Today's tutorial is for the sub-publishing song export. This screen was designed to give you different formats for other, say, sub-publishers or anybody you're sending a list of songs to for them to ingest into their system. It's not necessarily a readable format. Typically, it's just a way to download or export all your song information for, like I said earlier, a sub-publisher possibly to ingest. This is just another, if they can't use the CWR format, this is just another multiple different ways to export this or export this data to somebody else. If you haven't seen the CWR tutorial yet, you can watch that and give you some additional information. But under song or copyright and then song information, there's right underneath the Common Works registry, there's a sub publisher and other exports. It's going to bring this screen up. Just like the CWR, you'll need to create a batch to build a song list. You can also use existing batches that you create either in CWR or this screen. Both are interchangeable, so you can scroll down through and pull up one that you actually sent an old CWR for, or if you need to rebuild or add or take away from an existing list for this. So we're just going to start by just building one, new one, save. Yep. So you're just going to give it a batch number and a description and then hit save. The batch numbers you can't duplicate, so if you leave it blank, it'll create one for you. But if you want to keep it descriptive, you can type one in, just like most of our fields. And then you're going to create your song list. You're going to click on batch list of songs, and it should come up blank if you haven't started creating one. And then this has the ability to do what we call a cumulative building of a list. So when you go to add songs into the filter, you'll be able to run this filter as many times you want. It'll keep adding the songs to the list. It won't delete and then re-add, delete and re-add. So if you've added 10 songs and you go back in and you want to add another catalog or another publisher, it'll add those additional songs to the list. So there's a whole bunch of ways to add songs in here, and you can kind of review them yourself. But the typical way is song range or song title, or maybe by a specific writer or a specific publisher. Sometimes you want to add all your new songs that you recently updated or add, so you're going to use the date updated range. Some of these codes and some of this information here is specifically for CWR type building. It may not really make sense for you to use for this one, but it's the exact same song building screen as you see in CWR. They're not separate, they're the same one. So if you go to CWR and you launch the screen, it's going to look exactly the same because it is the same. So I'm just going to go by catalog today. You're going to select this catalog, and then whatever catalog you've created, you can actually just select one and then select. And you can fill any of these in. It'll constrain it down more and more each thing you add to the filter. So when you click the add song to batch, it tells you how many songs it's going to add. We're going to add 29 songs, and if you want to add it or not, you have the option to say no. We're going to say yes. And so we've added 29 songs. We're going to go back in, and we're going to pick another catalog, just at random here. And then we're going to add songs to batch again. So we're adding 1,634 songs. Do you want to add? I don't really want to add that many for this demo, so we're going to say no. Let's go back and pick a different one. And we'll go down here, select add song. That's a little more reasonable. Say yes. So now we've added another 145 to the 29 we have, so we have 174 now. You can also, after you've added songs, you want to clean it up. You can actually highlight songs and then hit deleted selected, and they'll go away. You'll see some like the master option features on here. Just ignore those for this particular upload. That's again for the CWR. And then under here you can actually go right to the song if you want to edit a song or look at a song. You can also double click here and it should take us right to the song if you wanted to review it for some reason from here. And once you're done building your list, you'll exit out, and once you've built your list, then you just need to select the export that you want to export your files, the format of the export anyway, so that you can send it to whoever you're sending it to for ingestion. Usually just double click on the one that you want to export. It's going to prompt you for a file location and a name. You can let it default, or you can change the name to whatever works for you, and then hit save, and it's going to export the file out. And it's going to tell you where the file is located, so you can go and find it if you need to send an email or just view it. It's going to come up as soon as I say OK. It's going to load the file you just created so you can review it as well, or resave it, or whatever you want. Let's pull this over, and it's as simple as that. Thank you.